Hey viewers, I'm back for another video. So this video is about an updated review on my first AEG or replica, which is the Cyma M4 Keymod. I had this rifle since January of this year. It's my main rifle. I use it a lot. I mean, what can I say? I like this rifle a lot, but I just wanted to do a video, the pros and cons of using this rifle, what it needs to be upgraded, what it needs to be changed, and some things that I like, some things that I don't like, and how does it feel shooting at it, stuff like that. So let's go to it. All right, let's go. So on the top, or at the front for that matter, we have a muzzle brake. The thread on the barrel is 14 millimeter negative. Sorry about that. So you can attach any kind of muzzle devices on it besides this muzzle brake, which it comes with it. Just a warning, everything of this rifle is stock. The only thing that I add is accessories, which is the rails, the grip, red dot, and all that kind of stuff. All right. So so yeah, the barrel is 14.5 inches. The handguard's Keymod, 10 inches. The handguard, it's pretty good. It's just the thing that I don't like is just well, it's a love-hate kind of thing. It's just the thing is a little bit girthy, and you get the point. It's a little bit wide. So yeah. So yeah, I attach an AFG, which is an angle foregrip. It helps with keeping stability on the gun. I before had a vertical grip, but I didn't like it that much. I don't know, it just felt weird, especially with how I had to have it in the middle and trying to use it almost at the end of the handguard. It's kind of weird, so I decided to go with the AFG. It's more comfortable and it gives me more control. On the top here, I had a Picatinny rail here, piece of it, but I decided to just discard it just because I wanted to have a better grip on the C-clamp, or just to have the rifle fully extended and having my arms completely wrapped on the end of the handguard to have more stability and maneuvering with the rifle. All right. So, so yeah, I have backup iron sights here, the ones that came with the rifle, of course, when I purchased it. Let's see what else. So going on the receiver. The receiver is polymer. It's a nylon polymer. All of it, it's a nylon polymer. The only metal pieces on the gun would be the bolts, the loading, yeah, buffer tube. What else? What else is metal? That's about it. And the iron sights. That's about it. And the red dot. So, anyways, going back. The magwell is kind of flare. It's really easy to load the rifle. I use e-bikes Banff magazines, 180 rounds. It's very easy to just go insert it. Only problem is it's just a little bit wobbly, but it still fits perfectly. I've been using this mags for approximately 5 months and they haven't failed whatsoever. All right, so yeah. Also, I've been using regular M4 mags. I have tapes just because the problem with this is 6mm Pro Shop magazines, and for some reason it doesn't feed well, so I had to add tapes to it so it can feed and it doesn't wobble at all. So it remains there as firm as it can be, honestly. So now it fits well, but just warning, try to get better mags, not 6mm Pro Shop. And maybe Elite Force. What else? Yeah, Elite Force will do, honestly. So yeah, anyways, so the mag release, it's a little bit more extended, as you can see here. It's a little bit more extended to make it easier to do your reloads, to discard the empty magazine. The only problem is sometimes you can hit this button and somewhere else and can release the magazine accidentally, and that will cause you a little bit of trouble there. And not only that, it's ambidextrous. There's also this side here, which you can do release your mag. So pretty nifty. The fire selector, it's only on the left side, like most M4A1s or M4 type replicas. So it has single fire, full auto, and safety. One thing about the fire selector, it feels weird when changing the settings, I guess. Maybe it's a nitpick, I guess. I don't know. Also, the poke catch here is just cosmetic. It doesn't work at all, just in case. So yeah, your hop up is located here on this side of the replica. So you have to pull back and maintain it there so you can manipulate the hop up to whatever it is you desire or want to use it. I added a Punisher logo on it just because I had the bad habit of trying to grip the rifle by the magazine well, and that's a bad idea, honestly. You're not very aware of the length of your rifle when you're going in CQB. So yeah, every time I try to do that, I feel the Punisher logo, and that's what I remind them, like, hey, I'm not supposed to be doing this. And besides, it looks cool. So here we got a pistol grip here. It's kind of comfortable. The only problem is it's just here in the trigger shield, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, I don't know the right term for it. It can bruise a little bit your finger, this finger, when you grip it, when you have a high grip on the rifle. All right. So that's why I use gloves for it. That's the solution. If not, you can replace it. The motor is also stored here on the pistol grip. So yeah, going back, we got the buffer tube. I got a crane stock style buttstock, 5 position. Go all the way, go here. One thing I want to add, it's very wobbly, I guess. Very wobbly, and the problem is it's just the battery inside the wires can get stuck on. Like right now, I cannot close it completely the stock because of the wires. So I recommend changing a better stock, honestly. But so far, for starting off, it's kind of good. So I guess. So yeah, that's about it. Just one thing that I want to add: the red dot sight that I have here, it doesn't work at all. In one of my games, I lost the battery compartment, just ripped off, stuff like that. So yeah, a bummer. Let me see if I can get another red dot scope and maybe a magnifier to go with it. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, if I were to go from 1 to 10 on this rifle, I'll go with a 7.5. All right, the rifle is shooting a little bit too hot. It's firing like around 420 feet per second, which is FPS. So it's shooting a little bit too hot. So in order to do that, I had to change the spring to something lower power spring or tension, I guess. The hop up is kind of good. The problem is even despite I'm using 0.28 grams BBs, it still goes a little bit. It curves a little bit up. So I'm gonna need to replace the hop up in the barrel to the type bore in about 6.1 millimeter type bore, and a new bucking. I want to do those modifications to shoot a little bit more precise, but even then, this rifle is kind of precise for long range engagements, like maybe around this, beyond the 60 feet range or 70 feet range, it goes there. All right. So yeah. What else? The handguard, it's very stable. It doesn't wobble at all. It's very firm. You can also replace it to any handguard of your desire or want to change it. So yeah. Also another thing, it's highly recommended that besides the stock, I highly recommend changing the motor and the pistol grip if you want to. The motor, after, let's say, firing half a magazine or 120 rounds, it gets a little bit hot. If I keep firing more, it gets to the point that it overheats and doesn't shoot at all. It takes a while to cool off. So be aware of that. So in any engagement, any games that you can use it full auto, it's very, very bad to do so. Also, the trigger feels a little bit off. Trying to pull quick shots, it feels like you're fighting against the trigger. So this needs to be modified to add in a MOSFET, a LiPo battery, and a better motor to have it to your liking, where the trigger response is very quick and snappy. All right. So I have a battery here right now. We're gonna do this. It's a trigger response. You know, there's reset and how much the pull weight it is. So here we go. All right, it's a semi. Let's go at it. Got a little bit of play there, like around 4 pounds, 5 pounds, a little bit forward, and there's your shot. All right, let's go again. Yeah, like around 5 pounds, 6 pounds. It's a long delay for the shot though, so let's pull it, and the reset is has a little bit of play there. Yeah, there you go, reset. One more time. All right, the reset. We'll put play there, like around. Has a lot of play between the after the shot and the reset. There you go. So yeah, I'm not gonna shoot this with full auto because there's no reset full auto. So yeah, it's a good rifle to start off. The price range of this is $120 at the place I got it. Maybe on ebike.com, but any other website it would be $130, something like that. So yeah, I would say there are better options around there, like the CM619 combat machine for G&G. Hey, sorry about cutting the video in half and midway. Sorry about that. It's just phone call over here. That's the only thing I have to just record this kind of stuff. So pretty much, yeah, there are other better options. Most of the money that you're investing on this rifle, it's just on the body itself. It's pretty sturdy and all that kind of stuff. Is highly upgradable and easy to, since it's a version 2 gearbox and 4. They're highly customizable. And so, like, yeah, like I said, those are the different parts that needs to be changed. And maybe I may add the trigger to add an electric trigger, like Titan, I guess. I don't know. That's just me saying, because sometimes you feel like you're fighting against the trigger. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, that's so yeah, the way that I feel like shooting with this rifle, it feels pretty good. It feels solid, although it sounds loud. That much I can say. It sounds pretty loud. Like, as you may notice on the shots, it's kind of loud. So yeah, it feels comfortable. Like I said, the stock is just a little bit. I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable with the nitpick with the stock. Sorry about that. Excuse me. So yeah, so far it just feels good. Feels good overall. Just a few upgrades and this shoots golden, pretty much. So I'm gonna see if I can try to do those upgrades on the end of this year and stuff like that, and see if I can get a new AG. I'm thinking about investing on the M16A4 maybe, or an A2. It just depends. I just want M16, honestly. That's just me, preference. So yeah, that's about it. That's what I have to say on the rifle, how it feels to shoot at it. There are better options there. For beginner airsoft, I say it's kind of good. It needs to be upgraded if you want to perform better on up to your standards. It just depends on what you want to go with this. So yeah, and remember, the FPS is shooting a little bit hot, so I recommend changing the spring and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all I have to say so far. So yeah, man, I like this Max a lot. So yeah, that's about it for the rifle. Before from my other videos, which next one is gonna be about my my loadout, like I mentioned in the other video. So yeah, I'll see what I can do regards to that video. So yeah, that's about it I have for you guys, and I got nothing else. Actually, I got one last thing to go with before I end this video. Always be careful what you choose, especially or buying, especially with other people selling their stuff. You have to make sure that whatever you're buying is in good conditions and worth your money, and also do your research on the item that they're selling. All right. They may be selling like I don't know, maybe a Crytek, and you're like, oh my god, it's a Crytek, like maybe on the $150 mark or something like that, and before you know it, it's actually just about to break the gun or something, or has some issues on the gun. You have to invest more money on it. So just be careful on what you buy, guys. Alright, and make sure you don't break your bank on this hobby or sport. You know, whichever you want to consider this. Just be mindful about it. Make good decisions. Alright. That's all I have for you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for the support.